And what exactly do you two want? Don't think you're forgiven for what happened with Ibaraki. No! As I've told you both before, we're saving for Scotty. We don't have the course to invest in needless drivel. Go farm embers or something. And what the hell is that for?
Alright, so it may have been 2 a.m. when I did these rolls, and for whatever reason, my past self decided to not record any audio, and I'm not sure what I was thinking at the time. I think my thought process was, yeah, I'll create an elaborate script for 20 minutes of rolls later, and I don't have that kind of time. Not anymore. So in lieu of scrapping the entire Anastasia video or skipping out on the results of all of my rolls, here's 20 minutes of me and Joker talking about Fate-related plotlines over what is happening in the gacha. This isn't gonna happen again, I can promise you that. Spoilers for everything through Lost Belt 2, by the way. Alright. Yeah, so have you managed to get back into FGO?
Yeah, actually, I've been kind of farming once in a while. The summer event, no. Last year's summer event with, Ishtar Rider, and the year before that with Kentucky Rider?
No, that was Skahawk.
Was it Skahawk?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so was Skahawk. Was Kentucky before that one then?
No, Kentucky was never a summer servant.
I guess so.
He does get a welfare. That's a rider. That's really good.
Yeah,
but it wasn't summer. It was
okay, it just happened
Onigashima.
around summertime. Okay,
Yeah,
my
something
bad.
around that.
That's when I got into it. So.
Yeah. Honestly,
Nice, Atlanta.
it's not bad that you missed Summer 3 the first to go around anyway. Mostly because if there was anything you wanted from that gacha, it's going to be more efficient to do it next year. And
Honestly, the only thing I want from it will be next year easier to get anyways, and that'll be Jean.
Yeah. Summer or the Berserker Archer?
Jalta.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because they improved the event so much for the light version.
Yeah. It's basically a dumbed down, easier to grind,
They
but still somewhat tedious behind it.
I mean, yeah, they increased, I think, the point gains, so it's much faster.
Yeah.
Or something. Because, yeah, I did the JP rerun. And even skipping cutscenes and not doing every, I guess, costume quest, it was still... It was pretty easy. I got to do it in the last 48 hours and do all of the raids. With like 10 minutes before.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. You're in the same role too. But I got to do all the raids and be done like 10 minutes before the maintenance. So it's like, yeah, it's really easy in the rerun.
Okay. Oh wait, there were raids in this one?
Yeah, for the extra copies.
Okay.
It's personal raids. It's not server wide.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I mean, those are still fine.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, not as exciting.
I don't know. Summer 4 is going to be the big one. That's one that everybody should be doing.
Yeah, because that's the new character, right?
Not so much of who the servants are, but it's a QP based event. You get shitloads of QP for doing Summer 4.
Oh wait, that's right. It's the casino.
Yep. Go to Vegas.
Yeah, and you get Bunny Artoya.
Oh man, that I am rolling only a little bit for Ilya and Miyu, and then that's it. I'm not touching my quartz between now and then.
Yeah, because Okita.
NP5 Melt, NP5 Okita, whatever Buddy Torios I get, I'm going so ham.
Yeah, I remember on JP you were
That
running.
was...
You were running for Okita, but then it's just like ruler. I'm okay with this.
It was so insane, yeah. And then she got that buff too.
Yeah.
That buff was nuts.
And it's not even. It wasn't even a bad character to start with, but then the buff just made her better.
I need an offensive ruler anyway. Every time I see a moon cancer, I kind of die inside because Jeanne's a great defensive servant. Don't get me wrong, she's not killing anything anytime soon.
Oh yeah, no.
Not in today's meta.
She is very much the I'm stall teaming.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do challenge quests, or if you're really crazy, going against the 3-hour raid.
Well, even no, that one you don't use Jeanne for.
Oh, you don't use Jeanne for that one?
No,
she was
well, no, because she's like what's his name? I can't remember. Oh, fuck. Amakusa. He removes all your she removes all your buffs before the damage lands. So vulnerability does nothing.
Oh, so you want healers.
Right, which is why I ran with Medea, Lily, Kamamo, and Nightingale, because debuffs don't get cleansed. So you could tank the NP and then just heal up afterward.
Okay.
The nerfed however, the next time we get to see that raid, it's technically nerfed, not because of something they did directly to her, but because of the Valentine's event of that year. Released a servant that says "fuck you" debuff removal or buff removal.
Oh.
So you, instead of having to run with a party of 3, you run with a full party of 6, and it's like, well, the fight's just not as hard anymore.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it the old way again.
I'll probably do it the easy way, just because I'm not as hard of a whale grinder person as you are.
I mean, no one really has any reason to do the harder version in general. It doesn't give you anything.
Yeah, but I ignored it when it came back around to just...
I don't think you even did the CCC event the first time around. I don't think you were done with Solomon.
I was.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah, you told me to rush it, so I did.
So you did, okay.
There was a lot of story I missed. Mostly Babylon.
Yeah, but then you got to watch the anime and got the condensed, but...
Exactly.
You know, cool version, which works out just fine.
The music.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
Like, no offense to FGO's music, but it kind of gets stale when it's the same 3 tracks over and over again.
Yeah.
You've got angry talk, you've got passive talk, and you've got happy moment music.
We've gotten better now that we're in Arc 2.
Oh yeah, but Arc 1 it was like the same 3 soundtracks.
Arc 1 was not the best at that. Yeah. And now we've got these orchestral renditions and these jazz renditions that aren't in the game, but are just super nice to listen to anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the storyline, don't get me wrong, was great in Arc 1.
Mm-hmm. It had its moments.
1.5, though...
I think 1.5 was fine. Agartha, people want to put down there with Septim, which I think is doing it a little injustice.
No, I agree with putting it down with Septim for one reason. Septim was, hey, this is a brand new game. We're new to this stuff. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Agartha was, hey, we've been at this for a while. We just made three really good storylines in a row. Camelot, Babylon, and Solomon.
And then Shinjuku was really good too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Shinjuku. I forgot Shinjuku came before Agartha. And then Agartha comes in, it's like, where do your creative writing go?
It was pretty tame. I think the final execution of it, I guess in the last chapter, the payoff wasn't as solid and there wasn't as much setup. So yeah, I guess it was weak, but it didn't. I guess that its flaw was that it was weak in my mind at least. I haven't dug into Agartha and where its flaws truly are, because quite frankly, I'm not interested enough in digging it apart. It just, Agartha was, in my mind. And then we got the one story chapter that probably matters the most to Arc 2, which was Shimosa, and I honestly think Shimosa, knowing what we know now, should have been a requirement to do Arc 2.
Yeah.
Because, holy crap, and I know that things come up again later down the line past Lost Belt 2, which is where NA is at the time of recording this extra audio. Yeah, turns out Musashi's kind of a big deal still.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm not gonna, I don't know. I've got things I want to say, I guess, more about Salem, which was great writing, but pisses me off all the same. I guess it's because I'm not a horror guy.
I mean, Salem was very much edgy.
Salem was, I guess, pushing on the edge of, I'm not experienced in these kinds of things, so I might get this wrong, but it's pushing on the edge of, like, Lovecraftian horror, where it's like, this is just something beyond humanity that humanity can possibly handle. Now, obviously, it's FGO, so in the end, that's not how it finishes, but, like, most of the way through it, that's how it felt, and that kind of thing just doesn't vibe with me personally, because I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum, where it's like, no, there's nothing humanity couldn't handle with enough effort. So,
yeah,
I recognized it's good writing, and I hated it anyway.
Yeah, the writing was good. The almost too supernatural style to it was bad.
I wouldn't say it was bad. It fit a specific to the people who like that kind of thing. It was probably fantastic. It was not to our tastes. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Lovecraftian person. Like, every time someone asks me, who do you follow, I go, Cthulhu.
Okay.
But it just, I don't know. It didn't feel right playing Salem.
Now,
you know?
You didn't play it with the time locks. You got to do it from start to finish all the way through in one sitting.
Yeah.
Whenever you wanted. So
I feel like it hit differently because of that.
It hit. Oh, I mean, I don't know if it did. I guess you didn't get to experience the cliffhangers in the same way.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't all that much, because you weren't waiting a week, like, in a TV seasonal anime. You were sitting there for 24 hours, which I guess wasn't terrible.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
But
I mean,
as someone, I guess, as someone who, I guess, dives into that kind of horror more than I do, you said it wasn't feeling like it didn't hit the right spots. I mean, you're having trouble finding the words for it, but...
Yeah, like you said before, it felt like humanity shouldn't have been able to deal with this kind of thing.
So it was like the finishing execution of, yeah, we've got this, but at the very end, the protagonist has to come out on top because it's fate, which... I mean...
Yeah, plot armor, basically.
Plot armor.
And it just felt like through the entire arc, well, not through the entire arc, but as you got near the end, it was you were losing. There was no winning. As with most Lovecraftian horrors, it's you feel good about yourself. You're doing things right. And never mind, Cthulhu and all his brothers and the Lothotep, etc.
Yes. But then we did get to beat up on Abby.
Yeah, it just...
I think it would have felt better if it hadn't been Chaldea.
Hopelessness?
No, it wouldn't if it hadn't been Chaldea, right? Because one of the things with Fate is that there is the will of the planet and there is the counterforce, right? So if the counterforce, and I'm not on my lore, so this is just like, I'm probably way off, and I should probably brush up a bit more. But it would have felt better if it had been something like the counterforce, or the planet summoning a servant to help deal with this, instead of, yeah, we got lucky that one time in Salem and we won. You know, instead of like this because it was something beyond humanity. So what if it was the planet?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd have something like a, what was it, like in Fate Stay Night, they did that, they all talked about how Shiro was a guardian servant that the Earth deploys whenever something gets too bad.
Right, he's an agent of the counterforce.
Yeah.
It's like
They should have had something like that appear, like you said.
Well, it's like, and getting into Lost Belt 1 and 2, the same thing happens. The planet summons a servant from proper human history to help. And it's like, okay, yeah. Instead of fucking... Well, I guess, and the problem with this theory, right, is that the planet has no reason to get involved in Salem, because Salem doesn't threaten all of human history.
Yeah.
So, there's no way to spin the lore to get that to happen, which is, I guess, part of the writing corner they may have gotten themselves into. But, I mean, this... I don't know. This is just my thought, his thought. If you liked Salem... hey! We've admitted it's got good writing. It's really good. It's up there. It's one of the top story arcs we've gotten in Fate. Nothing is just... It's nothing without its flaws. There is nothing without flaws. The best works will have flaws. I think the Babylonia anime, in a way, highlighted some of the flaws from that arc too.
Yeah. I mean, hell, Camelot right before Babylon, and to anyone who's just before Camelot or getting into it,
have fun.
The storyline and the almost hopelessness feeling from that one was amazing. Same thing with Babylon. Camelot and Babylon's like, you're fighting, but it doesn't feel like you're winning. And the story aspect was great, but in Camelot, the mechanics were infuriating.
I mean, yeah.
Like, the Knights of the Round Table were just...
I guess that one had more of a gameplay failing. I guess not failing, but difficulty spike. That if you were just getting into the game, you could get through singularities 1 through 5 fairly alright, and then you got to 6 and you got to hit a wall.
Yeah, it basically threw, hey, you were riding on the coattails of your friends, max level, fully grailed, skill maxed out NP5 wave clearer. I got bad news for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the mechanic standpoint given to you from Camelot was... it just wasn't fun. Starting with Gawain.
Yeah, if you used the Uriel cheese, you were fine, but... I mean, that's...
But most people didn't build Uriel.
Yeah, because most people weren't expecting it.
Up until that point, no one needed Uriel.
Yeah. And then they patched it out, or I guess not really patched it out, but balanced it out in Lost Belt 2, 2 years later.
Wait, what? So no one gets to suffer as bad as we did.
Well, no, Gawain you can still do it, but Sigurd in Lost Belt 2, he has mental debuff immunity. So
okay. I thought you meant like they patched out.
No,
like,
they didn't patch out Gawain. They buffed the Sigurd bosses, so you can't cheese him out in the same way. So they could put in a male saber boss again, which lore sense? No, don't make sense, but they gotta do it. What's up, dude?
Yeah. Welcome to the Fate debate.
Not really Fate debate. It's more like we're ranting and filling time.
I wanted to rhyme, okay?
Come up with a better rhyme. Become a rap god.
I don't have time to rhyme.
Well, clearly you do. Don't lie to me.
Man, look at these polls.
Look at these shitty fucking polls. Yeah, I haven't really been looking back over what's it's been going to shit. It's garbage. It's so much garbage.
I mean, you're still getting a lot of the Lost Belt.
Yeah, there was a lot of Ephesebron in there, but there was so many mana prisms. So
Yeah.
many mana prisms. It's ridiculous.
I think that was like what, your third or fourth Doji, the temple.
Yeah, it's a lot of garbage, and it was making me so upset because the gacha at this point in time had fucked me hard. I had just deleted the Valentine's Day.
And that's what you get for breaking away from the schedule. Did you really think I'd allow you to actually get Anastasia when we have a schedule to keep? Just because you tripped across a dead meme doesn't give you the right to do whatever the hell you want. Go think about what you've done.
Not when I've already won! You see, your mistake was thinking that gacha is something to be feared. An untamable beast that fucks over the lives of those it despises. In reality, gacha is simply the heart and soul of the servants we summon! If our will is strong enough and our catalyst's true, then there is no servant we cannot summon!
You really don't need a voice of reason. You need a mental institution.
There is nothing that can be done to stop my passion!
And yet, what gacha giveth.
But when his drinking and lusting and his hunger for power became known to more and more people, the demands to do something about this outrageous man became louder and louder.